If you think you can't or don't even need to start your own plants directly from seed, then this video is for you. Starting your own seeds doesn't require any fancy equipment. You don't have to justify it by having a big garden. And the method I'm about to show you today makes it so much easier than you would think. Hi, I'm Amanda and welcome back to The Provident Gardener. Now, I used to think starting my own seeds was complicated and expensive. And I was like, that's for other people. That's not for me. And then several years back, Kylene introduced me to winter sowing. And now I have done my own winter sowing for a handful of years, and it has completely changed the seed starting game for me. In today's video, I'm going to show you what winter sowing even is and why it works. We're going to talk about how it is one of the most cost-effective ways to start your own plants from seed, even if you've never done it before. And finally, I'll show you a little bit of what my winter sowing looks like this year. And the best part, you can do this with things you probably already have at home. Before we dive into the what and the why of winter sowing, I want to help you all with a little bit of a reframe, a mindset shift. A lot of home gardeners, I used to be included in this, often think that seed starting isn't for them. It can be complicated, expensive. It isn't worth it if you only need a few plants for your garden. But that is just simply not the case when it comes to winter sowing. Whether you're starting 5 plants or 500, winter sowing is easy and accessible to just about anyone. You don't need space indoors. You don't need grow lights or special containers. You don't have to worry about hardening your plants off. You just simply follow the method and nature does the rest of the work. So now what is winter sowing? It's simply taking old containers, milk, juice, water, things that you're gonna recycle and just reusing them and creating little mini greenhouses. You're gonna cut slits or little holes in the bottom for drainage. I'll take a knife and cut right around the entire container, leaving a hinge, a little section here where it can open, and I'm gonna plant in it. You securely tape it up. The hole here allows for water to come in, and you just wait and you watch them grow. So the reason winter sowing works, a lot of seeds need or benefit from a period of cold. And so winter sowing gives them that. We put them in these containers. I usually do January and February, put them outside in the cold where they're gonna get sun. And once those conditions are right in this little mini greenhouse, they're gonna start germinating, sprouting, and growing into these full-fledged seedlings. Plants that you can then transplant into your garden. What can you winter sow? I typically focus on things that do well in the cold. We're talking things like spinach, lettuce, broccoli, those cold or cool weather crops that you're typically going to see in the spring, in the fall. There are lots of herbs you can do in that and flowers as well. Some people have even had success with warm weather crops. I personally have never had success with peppers or tomatoes, but I've seen people who have. I did do summer squash once and that worked. So, I love to experiment. This is one of those things that if you want to try it, go for it. Put a couple seeds in here with potting soil and see what happens. So now, how is this one of the most cost-effective ways to grow your own plants, even if you've never done it before? And the answer is you likely already have a lot of the materials, from the recycled containers to either packing tape or duct tape to seal it up. Now, you may have to go out and buy some potting soil and seeds if you don't already have them. But I have loved working with and using survival garden seeds. You can purchase from their website with our code. I will leave a link in the description, but you can also purchase from Amazon. And I just checked Amazon. They have some bundles of cool weather crops, greens, different things that will work really well for winter sowing. And they were as cheap as $1 per seed packet. So there were bundles with 10 seed packets for $9.99, or as much as there was a bundle of 5 seed packets for $9.99. So anywhere from $1 to $2 per seed packet. So that's $10. Maybe you go buy a $10 bag of soil and use containers, tape that you already have at home. So we're looking at your $20 invested. Now, if you go to a nursery for $20, you might be able to get 10, 15 plants, depending on what kind of a nursery you go to and what kind of plants you're buying. With that $20, with a few seed packets, your own soil and containers, you can get hundreds of plants. Hundreds. I'm serious. This one packet of lettuce here easily has 100 seeds in it. Now, maybe you don't want to grow 100 heads of lettuce, but planting even more than you need allows you to share with others as well. This is such a way to bless your life and the lives of those around you. It is so worth it to spend a little bit of money now, put in a little bit of effort to get hundreds of plants for your garden. And with that, I want to remind you of these other collections that Survival Garden Seeds has, from the Home Garden Collection to the Homesteader Collection, and even the Farmer Seed Vault. We're talking from 30 to 50 to 100 heirloom seed packets. These, I usually see them priced, so they come out right about to $1 per seed packet. Like, you cannot beat that. I have even seen these on Amazon go on sale before. Less than $1 a seed packet if it goes on sale. That is just incredible. I will leave links to all my favorite Survival Garden Seeds collections in the description for you if you want to get your own really affordable seeds. Okay, now it's time to dive in. I am so excited for this part. These are the first seeds I am planting this year. I am so excited to begin my 2026 garden. I am mainly focusing on my cool weather crops, some herbs. I've pulled a few flowers. Cool weather crops that I'm going to winter sow. You can really probably do all of them. I'm going to focus on things like kale, spinach, lettuce, some other leafy greens, maybe some cabbage, broccoli, and onions. I haven't decided completely yet on the herbs, definitely like dill, cilantro, parsley, chamomile, and I might just experiment and try more. We'll see what happens. And then flowers that I pulled are rudbeckia, bachelor's button, yarrow, alyssum, echinacea, pansies, shasta daisies. I have some petunias on the way that aren't here yet that I'm going to winter sow when they get here. There are probably hundreds of varieties of seeds that you can winter sow easily and successfully. So let's get right to work. I'm going to start with my container. It is easiest, I have discovered, if you poke the holes in the bottom first, because once you get this thing open, it becomes a little more flimsy. So I just kind of do a little X. I just stick it in and twist it. We're going to take the knife. I'm going to start here at one side of where the hinge is going to be. Slide it around. Be very careful, so careful. This is sharp. Sometimes it slips a little bit. You don't want to have to get stitches because you started your own seeds. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just got to get it open, and then I'll stop kind of on the other side of the handle. So now you've made this kind of hinge. I've got a good 3 to 4 inches of planting space here to fill with soil. So I have my potting soil. I've added water to it to get it nice and moist. I'm going to be able to squeeze a little bit out. You don't want it to be drenched, but you don't want it to be too dry either. We're just going to fill this up. Make sure you don't have any like air pockets down there. You don't want to pack it in super tight, but you want the whole thing to be full. I am going to pull out here what I think is probably the easiest thing to winter sow and that I've had the most success with, and that is lettuce. We're going to start with this green salad bowl lettuce from Survival Garden Seeds. Now, there are a couple different ways you can do this, and I've done it multiple ways in the past. So one is you could kind of divide this into like 8-12 sections to have 8 to 12 individual seedlings or plants in here. The other way you can do it, which is what I usually do, is I'm just going to put several seeds here in my hand, and then I'm going to take them, and I probably have 50 to 100 seeds here, and I'm just going to evenly sprinkle them on top of the soil. That might be even a little much. And then always look at how deep they need to be. For this, it says 1/4 inch. So now I'm just going to take a little bit more soil and kind of just lightly spread it over the top. Okay, now we are going to do the very important job of labeling so that we don't forget. I would recommend labeling inside as well as outside because of the sun exposure. Sometimes it makes the ink out here disappear and fade. I'm also going to put the date that I have started these. We'll stick that in there and now tape it up. I usually work in sections just so that I don't do things like that where I stick it to other things. It does. I want to emphasize it does not have to be perfect. You just want it to be closed up. There it is. I'm going to label the outside with the date as well. And then I also, when I label the outside, I do put tape over it in hopes that that will help prevent some of the fading. And there you have it. The first seeds of 2026 for my garden have officially been started. Now I do want to note what's going to happen with all those seeds I just planted in there. I probably did 100, is I'm just going to have, when I open it up here in a month, it's just going to be like this huge patch of lettuce. And I can carefully separate all of those individual seedlings when it comes time and put them out into my garden. That can be a little stressful on the plants. You might have some transplant shock. It'll be a little harder on them. The most efficient way I have found to kind of speed this up is to kind of assembly line it. So I'm going to go ahead and prep several of the containers, then I'll fill several with soil, do the seeds, tape them all up, that sort of thing. Before we know it, hopefully, I will have lots of winter sown containers ready to put outside in my garden. One more note on the soil. I did mention that I added water to it. That part is very important. Potting soil tends to be a little bit like hydrophobic. So pour the water on and then you have to like really work it in to make sure the soil is wet. Because if you put dry potting soil in here, put your seeds on and then go to water it, those seeds are going to get very displaced. So it's always important when starting seeds to wet your potting soil first. We have 11 done and probably 45 more to go, but we've made progress today. Whether you're starting 3 milk jugs or 50 milk jugs, doing this is a great step towards becoming self-sufficient in your gardening. Something I want to note is with these little greenhouses we've created, you shouldn't need to water them. Now, if you have a particularly dry spell, you may need to go out and water them a little bit. But just look down in the jugs, keep an eye on things, be sure it's not drying out too much. I usually have to end up watering mine. And now for the final step, let's get them outside. You gonna help me take them outside? Okay. You are so strong. Oh my goodness. You put him down soft? Oh, good job. Yeah. Okay, now as far as placement goes, when you put them outside, you want them to get plenty of sunlight and you want them to not get blown over. So that's why I've put them up against the edge of the garden bed here. That will provide them some protection from getting blown over should we have high winds. I am so excited that I got started on planting my seeds for my 2026 garden this year. And I hope that you learned something new and maybe you're a little bit more excited now for your own garden. Now, if you've tried winter sowing before, are you going to do it again this year? And maybe you've never done it. I really hope you'll give it a try this year. And please, any questions you have about winter sowing, throw them down in the comments and I would be so happy to answer them for you. Yeah. Thanks for watching here today on The Provident Gardener. And as always, don't be afraid to get a little dirt under your fingernail so you can turn that dirt into dinner.